Hello and welcome to the third race of the Utica Home Track Series here at Zandvoort in the Netherlands. Here is your starting grid for today's event. We have 42 cars here today and the surprise pole sitter is pretty amazing. Now this race is a road course. It's our second of the season. It's our third time at the track. We have yet to have a repeat winner in the Utica Home Track Series, so maybe it could be the first time today. Michele is going to have to come from 26 to do that, however. Now there was one big surprise this week that did not make the field as we look at the drivers who failed to qualify for today's event. And it is the 72 of John Cittadino as the rest of them rolled past. John Cittadino is going to miss his first ever Utica Home Track Series race. He's been every single race since the inaugural until now. On pole was Austin Ogo, car number 7, making his first start. So a great qualifying effort by the 7. He qualified in on time for the race with the qualifier event. And is hoping for a great run today. Dylan Ogo had a mechanical issue in the qualifier race and did not make the show. As you can see, Brian Valentine makes the pass on Austin Ogo for the lead and is starting to pull ahead. But Austin Ogo in the Minecraft Ford hoping to have a great run today. We had our first incident on lap 1. Brian Broat, car number 68. He was the first winner at this track back in 2011 in the 42 car. Neil Evans gets squirrely and goes off track and hits into Matt Duell. It's going to send Brian Broat off the track, and I believe Joshua Michaels gets a bit of it as well as Brian Broat slides that car on the side of that embankment. We're going to go on board with car number 13, Joshua Michaels, with a special scheme for the foreign road courses. And he's going to slam right into teammate Matt Duell. And that is not looking good for RGE Motorsports, as 2 of their 3 cars that made the race, actually, are wrecked. Here on lap 1, another incident. Joseph Bryan is racing with Matt Evans, but it's going to get loose and go onto the grass. Now he's having a hard time merging back in, but then you see Colin Bartel from over the hill is going to come down and crash right into Joseph Bryan. It's going to collect Megan Curley and many other cars. See, Megan Curley is going to slide and crash into Joseph Bryan again. Let's go and look at Jeffrey Finguy in the number 62. Colin Bartelli just dived up onto the track there. It's going to take Joe Martin making his first start. Andreas Allen, I believe I see Kevin Ulrich and Maria Camiso. We'll have to see what happened to them. Here we go, Kevin Ulrich, car number 61. He's going to slide right up the course. Maria Camiso is going to slide in the rim. And the 61 car of Kevin Ulrich is going to make contact with that fence. Luckily, he did not flip over like Chris Kyle and Alex Tanker in the qualifier event. One more angle. Neil Evans is going to plow into Megan Curley slightly afterwards. So 2 wrecks in a row for Neil Evans on the first lap. As these struggles keep going. Now incident lap 1 again. Matt Duell, car number 88, right behind all the carnage that happened over here. Something's just going to break in his car. It's going to send him off course. Hard impact, and he's going to flip the 88 car over. And he's on his roof. And Matt Duell is going to have to go to the pit road to try and fix that machine. As you saw earlier, Brian Valentine, car number 66, is your race leader at the moment. You see all those cars on pit road. Brian Valentine won the first race of the year at Bristol, getting his 3rd career win. He's having a great run this week. Did not do so well in Megville, but the number 66 team, they've said it. They're going for a 2nd championship this year. We're going to have to see what they can do during the year. They're already off to an impressive start as Brian Valentine shoots ahead of Austin Ogo for the lead. So the Battlefield Motorsports Dodge having a great day so far. Another Dodge, Vladimir Petrov for the Allen Motorsports team. He's having a much better day than he did at Megville. Megville was a disaster run for the 09 car. At the current moment, the 09 is running in good shape. 3rd place at the moment, running ahead of defending champion Jamie Murphy. Now Vladimir Petrov running the partial schedule. He's only running the road courses. So Alex Allen will be back in this number 09 car next week at North Carolina. So Vladimir Petrov is just going to have to try and make this count. Instant lap 6. Samantha Yankee is going to get into the back of Russell Arcuri and slide the car up the track and into the fence. That car is going to stall, and the road race ace is not going to have a good start to the Zandvoort race. This car would have to be brought to pit road as Brandon Bain almost makes contact. Now we're going to take a look at the Ford Fast Lap. We're on board with Austin Ogo, our pole sitter, as we go around this beautiful track in the Netherlands. This is a very famous circuit and the most famous circuit in the Netherlands. As you can see, this is a very hilly course with a lot of long sweeping turns. There's a few tight turns snuck in there every now and again, like right over here. Well, this car is running in second to current moment, so you'll be able to see a little more of the track instead of traffic. See a lot of catch fencing on the side of the racing circuit, and a lot of the fans are encouraged to come by and look, as you can see, as they drive by the fans. Yeah, a very hilly circuit, and as you saw earlier, it can lead to disaster if you get off course. That car can get airborne, kind of similar to how Ruin Les Affaires is with its heavy banking that on the sides of the racetrack. We head through some more curves as you can kind of see Brian Valentine starting to pull away from Austin Ogo. We run by some metal catching and around another sweeping turn as we are in the later stages of the racing circuit. One of the many tracks in this, and the reason we decided to do these Ford Fast Laps is that these are very beautiful racetracks that we don't really get to do justice by just looking at certain camera angles at certain points on the track. So as we complete one lap around the track, we take a look at Alex DeMarco, car number 51. Now this is the first time Alex DeMarco's been in a Utica Home Truck Series event. He's happy he finally made the show, failing the past 2 weeks. The Colgate, I believe that's a Dodge. Yes, the Colgate Dodge is running very well at the moment, currently in 12th. So this is an excellent first start for Alex DeMarco, and he's hoping for many more. I'm not sure if he's going to be locked into North Carolina. It's technically possible, but he's going to have to pretty much win this race. Trouble for William Duncan in the number 83. His teammate Connor Atwood failed to make the race, and an issue on the ASB car is going to have to cause him to go down pit road. So William Duncan, sadly, not going to be doing as well as he had hoped. He was running in 17th at the time he needed to pit. And more pit road issues, this time for Samantha Yankee, who a tire rub is going to have her go down pit road once again. The road race ace, who has won only on road courses, is not going to be winning at Zandvoort today. Michele Cittadino, car number 69, is the defending winner of this race. She won in that green number 6 last year, and it was a very unexpected victory. She won on pit strategy from about 20th place, which is where she's running at the moment. But she's going to have to hope that pit road is going to be good for her, or else this may not be a win for the 69 car. She's running right ahead of Matt Evans, right behind Justin Capps in that number 48 car. Julian Kenneblez Jr. is doing well today, along with his teammate Arishak, who's 2 cars ahead of him. Kenneblez is running in 7th. This is his first start of the season. He's been having a lot of difficulty making the races this year, but finally in and hoping to really make an impact. Jeffrey Finguy, car number 62, is running a couple of cars behind him, but he is off the lead lap and having a horrible day. Kenneblez is one of many drivers that have signed up for the Utica Home Truck Series World Series, which is going to be an Olympic-style series, but we're going to have to see. Kenneblez is representing Mexico. Brian Valentine, car number 66, started to come up on lap traffic. As you see, those 4 cars that were all involved in the lap 1 incident. There's Duell, Bryant, Camiso, and Martin. So Brian Valentine's going to have to try and work his way around these cars, or at least hope that they're going to go fast enough that Austin Ogo in the number 7 isn't going to catch up. This could put a monkey wrench into Valentine's race. Bob Cortez is going to pit early in an attempt to capitalize on pit strategy. We'll have to see if the A6X, which is making his first start, is going to capitalize off this. His son, Esteves Cortez, is also running in this race, and they're running on a father-son team. 2 laps later, on lap 25, Justin Benoit and Billy Bishop are also going to head down pit road and hopes to capitalize on pit stops. Again, we will have to see what will happen with Benoit and Bishop as the rest of the cars come down 1 lap later. As you see all the leaders going down, we had a couple of pit incidents on lap 27, 3 as a matter of fact. Dom Capps, car number 24, is going to get out of his pit stall, collide with Tyler Benoit, spin that car around, but is going to hold up the other drivers enough so that he can keep his spot. So a decent save by Dom Capps, but a lot of damage on Tyler Benoit. Brock McMahon is going to come out on track and is going to make contact with Esteves Cortez. Oh, and Zachary Robinson is going to smash into the 44 car of Brock McMahon as well. McMahon's going to lose 2 spots on pit road and get a little bit of damage. Jeff Evans is also going to have trouble. He's going to collide into the back of Russell and Curie. This is a very tight pit road and is prone to having a lot of pit accidents. Luckily, Jeff Evans did not get as bad of a injury to his car as you would think. Incident lap 28. Aris Shock is going to drive right into the back of Joseph Bryan, who's exiting pit road, and another name is added to Aris Shock's murder list, as Aris Shock is going to crash into that car while running in 5th place. She might try and stay on the track, but if that damage is bad enough, she might have to pit. She's currently running 5th ahead of Trek Togger in the 60. Brian Valentine was still the leader following pit stops and did not relinquish the race lead at all. He so far has led every lap today. Even the pole sitter, Austin Ogo, has not led a lap. So a very powerful and dominating run by the 66 car so far as we follow pit stops. Josh LeMayo, car number 06, has had a very good start to the beginning of the year, doing relatively well in his first 3 starts. At the current moment, he sits in 17th position. But Josh LeMayo will not be here next week, as this is his last race in his 3-race stint. Robert DeFrank will be taking over the 06 car with another Capcom-related sponsor. So we'll have to see if Josh LeMayo will have the best finishes to be able to race at Myrtle Beach at the end of the year. Samantha Yankee again will have to come down pit road. She's off cycle with pit stops, and she's going to fall back even more spots. This has been a bad day for Samantha Yankee, as we had our final incident on lap 36. Jeffrey Finguy is going to run up onto the back of Julian Campbell Jr., get into the grass and hit the wall. And unfortunately, that car is going to stall. He would have to go down the pit road and lose even more laps. Jeffrey Finguy having an absolutely horrible day. Justin Benoit, you saw him trying to capitalize on pit strategy, and he is ahead of the leader. But not because he is the race leader, because he's about to go a lap down. I have no idea what happened on the pit stop, but they ended up dropping the jack, and that car spent an extra amount of time on pit road. So pit strategy did not work for them. They're currently fighting to stay on the lead lap in 33rd position. This is not a good race for the Benoits, as Brian Benoit failed to make the race. Justin Benoit is running very poorly, and Tyler Benoit had damage on pit road. Maria Camiso is running absolutely poorly as well, and this car is in danger of actually not being locked in. She's very close to that 35th place position, so she's going to have to hope that a couple other cars behind her are low enough that it won't affect her too badly in the points. She got involved in that first wreck on lap 1, and things have been downhill ever since. Tyler Benoit, we mentioned him earlier, that he got damaged, but it doesn't seem to be affecting him too much, fortunately. He's currently running in 9th position ahead of David Yankee, who is 2nd in the point standing. So David Yankee going to have a great day as well. Also, Alex DeMarco is running up there with him. Tyler Benoit was doing well in the point standings going into this event, and should be doing well in the points leaving it, as at the moment he's having a great day, along with the rest of the drivers near him. Well, except for Matt Dool, who's a couple cars ahead of him. He is heavily damaged and several laps down. Now, going with the final couple of laps of the race, the Rookie of the Year battle was between Petrov and Austin Ogo. Petrov got by Ogo on the pit stops and is currently ahead of him. It doesn't look like Austin Ogo has enough to really challenge Vladimir Petrov. He's going to have to hope that Petrov slows down a bit on the final lap. Unfortunately, he would not do that. And going to the line, Brian Valentine, car number 66, would win his 4th career Utica Home Track Series race and is having a great start to the 2013 season. Great job by the Battlefield Motorsports team, picking off their 4th career victory and hoping to get their 2nd career championship. Now with that, we are going to look at the race results. As you saw, Brian Valentine was your race winner, followed by Rookie of the Race, Vladimir Petrov. Then there's Austin Ogo, the pole sitter, and Jamie Murphy, the defending champion. Aris Shock was able to hold off Trek Togger and keep 5th place at the end. Then there's Julian Kenneblis Jr., Dom Capps, Tyler Benoit, and David Yankee, your top 10. Then Alex DeMarco, Bob Cortez, and Styles Cortez for their first starts of the season, all finishing well. Then Russell Curie, Josh LeMayo, Justin Capps, Jeff Evans, Bob Cittadino, Billy Bishop, and Brandon Bain. Then there's Seth Cole and Brian Broat, who will not be here next week, along with Colin Bartel, Michele Cittadino, Nicholas Guerra, Matt Evans, and Adam Dunlap, also not going to be here next week. Then there's Robinson, McMahon, Allen, Ulrich, Duncan, and Benoit, your last cars on the lead lap. Neil Evans went 1 lap down due to his wrecks, and then Brian, Camiso, Martin, Curley all went 2 laps off the pace. Duel, Yankee, and Michaels were 3 laps down, and Jeffrey Finn got a disappointing 5 laps down here today. Now let's take a look at the top 10 in points. Jamie Murphy is your points leader following the Zandvoort round, 4 points ahead of David Yankee. Then there's Colin Bartel, the Megville winner, and Brian Valentine, the Bristol and Zandvoort winner. Dom Capps is 5th, followed by Brandon Bain, Tyler Benoit, Seth Cole, Brian Broat, and Josh Mayo, your top 10. Broat and LeMayo are not going to be driving next week, so they will lose those spots. Now let's take a look at from 30th place back in the points, just to show you who's going to be locked in. Bryant, Petrov, Yankee, Ogo, and Camiso, and Duncan, are locked in to North Carolina. But Michael Aurelio, Julian Cantables Jr., Alex DeMarco, Joshua Michaels, Bob Cortez, Estavas Cortez, Alex Allen, John Cittadino, Ray Takita, Dylan Ogo, Brendan Patterson, Justin Benoit, Brian Benoit, Matt Duell, Willie Decker, Joe Martin, Jake Smith, Andrew Robinson, Alex Tanker, and Dylan White all are not locked into the North Carolina event. They would have to race their way in. Now let's take a look at the Rookie of the Year standings, as Colin Bartel is still on top of the charts, followed by Dom Capps, Eric Schock, Billy Bishop, Justin Katz, Vladimir Petrov, Kevin Ulrich, Robinson, Guerra, Bryant, Ogo, Duncan, Michaels, Cantables Jr., DeMarco, Cortez, Allen, Ogo, Takita, Benoit, Patterson, Benoit, Duell, Martin, Robinson, and Smith, who only has 1 point. So the Rookie of the Year points are in a very close competition as we head to North Carolina, The Rock, for our 4th race of the season. I hope to see you there, and I hope to see you for the qualifying event, which will be on Friday. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.